What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and the Nets are 5-8 to start the season, which is good considering their talent level, and I've been impressed with their offense. I think Kenny Atkinson is doing a tremendous job with the Nets, and as we look at their offense and their points per possession, they're ranked 19th. And what I'll focus on in this video is their offense from a coaching and strategy perspective, so let's get to it. The Nets like to push the pace. They're ranked 4th in transition frequency, getting out and shooting in transition 18% of the time according to cleaningtheglass.com, and this isn't the best strategy for a lot of teams, but for the Nets they're a guard-oriented team with a lack of half-court talent, so it's best to get as many easy buckets as they can in transition, giving their young players some freedom. Here's a good example as they'll simply advance the ball ahead and LeVert gets to the basket and finds Hollis Jefferson for the layup. This is another nice job by LeVert. He sees taking it himself isn't the best option, but instead he'll advance it to Russell in the middle of the floor, then sprint down the sideline hard, get it, and create an open three for Harris. We'll get to their three-point shooting later, but as you can see, the Nets like to hunt out threes in transition. This is good basketball intelligence and movement on the break. They don't have a clear advantage, so what Mozgov will do is he'll set a drag screen for LeVert while Jefferson pins in and sets a screen for Harris looking to get him a three. This is good action and LeVert gets a decent look at a floater. And if Hollis Jefferson gets the rebound, he has the freedom to take it up himself as he has the ball handling skills, and this ignites the fast break. In early offense, the most common thing you'll see the Nets run is motion strong, which is where they'll reverse the ball and set up a double staggered screen for a wing, here Allen Crabbe, and they execute this really well, getting him looks off of this screen on a consistent basis. A lot of teams will run motion strong or something similar to get into their offense, but what separates the Nets is how they really look to score off of this double stagger, and here Crabbe can curl it and get to the rim. Again, motion strong for Crabbe, and it's tough to close out in this situation. The defender has to evade a screen and run Crabbe off the three-point line, and here Crabbe uses this advantage to draw a foul. All the Nets wings will have opportunities throughout the game to run off the double stagger in motion strong, and while DeMarre Carroll isn't great at running off screens, I like this as it keeps players involved and engaged. It also pushes some of their young players such as LeVert out of their comfort zone. When there isn't an immediate shot off of the double stagger, the Nets will usually flow into high pick and roll. This is hard to guard. Lance Stephenson here just had to fight through two screens, he's off balance, and he's not in position to force LeVert in the direction that the defense wants him to go. LeVert goes right and finds Booker on the roll. The reason I'm covering motion strong so much is because they run it all the time and it's been effective for them. Another option is to throw it into the post while Harris is running off the double stagger, and this allows for a few options. Hollis Jefferson can attack in the post, he can look to Harris curling off the screen, and here you can see the Quincy AC at center effect. Nurkic drops low to protect the paint, but AC can shoot from beyond the three-point line and he gets the open three. Most defenses don't like to switch the double staggered screen as they often can fight through the screen without damage, and they don't want to switch and give up mismatches early in the shot clock. But here the Blazers do switch against the double stagger, and the Nets have a mismatch, Hollis Jefferson guarded by a small guard. But the Nets don't recognize this mismatch and they turn it over. They'll get better at recognizing this stuff over time. So far, we've only seen motion strong with the double stagger, but here there is no wing in that corner. No big deal, as after the ball reversal, now there's simply a single screen on top, and now it's a new play. There's a built-in pin down on the weak side, while Russell at the same time could execute a two-man game out on top. That's what the Nets do here, and this is good action. Outside of motion strong, the Nets do some other good stuff in early offense as well. For example, a simple pin down for Crabbe here where it can come off the screen and draw a foul. They'll also run Crabbe off a quick double stagger, basically motion strong but without the ball reversal. You can argue that the double stagger is actually better than motion strong because there isn't the ball reversal to signal to Crabbe's defender that the double stagger is happening. So here the defender trails Crabbe from the start because he doesn't expect the double staggered screens and Crabbe hits the 3. They'll mix it up. Here in early offense, the Nets run pistol where Crabbe receives a quick flare screen toward the top, and it's pretty clear that the Nets emphasize getting it to Crabbe in early offense. And as they start the possession, this is a good step-up screen for Russell to come off the ball screen and make a play. Moving on to half-court offense, where their staple is a Russell pick and roll. He's essential to this team and he's played well so far, as he can make all of the reads in the pick and roll, and here are 2 instances where he finds Mozgov on the roll. In terms of set plays, the Nets are solid and they run some good ones, including the Spain pick and roll, and I've broken this play down on this channel in the past, and if you don't know what it is, I'd recommend YouTubing it. And of course it's all about the execution. As we watch this play again, notice how AC sets a solid screen when he sets that back screen, allowing this play to work. Here the Nets break out the loop play straight from the Spurs playbook, and it starts with 3 screens along the baseline for Russell, and they follow this play to a T as they even have the flare screen for Crabbe, the passer, on top. And the Blazers defend this well initially, but then the Nets can go into a pick and roll on top and they score. This was a good after timeout set from Atkinson, as he knows that the skinny rookie Jonathan Isaac will be guarding Trevor Booker. So they set up a cross screen to get Booker a post up to take advantage of this strength advantage, and this is the type of play calling that will score buckets and keep players happy. The Nets also really emphasize 3-point shooting. They're ranked 7th in 3-point frequency, and this is smart because typically 3-pointers are more efficient than mid-range jump shots. And while watching the film, they just jack them up. Crabbe is a good 3-point shooter, and the Nets will of course let him take this shot in transition. And they seem to adopt the mantra, any 3-point shot is a good shot. And LeVert, who's only a career 30% 3-point shooter, has the freedom to take all the 3-pointers he wants. At least that's what it seems like. It's evident in the pick and roll. For example, Russell will come off the screen and the defender goes over the screen, but he still takes the pull-up 3, and this is not an easy shot. Dinwiddie does the same thing here, so it's clear the Nets encourage this shot. But the 3-point shooting emphasis is seen most clearly with Quincy Acy. He is taking 8 threes per 36 minutes and hitting a solid 35% of them, and here in the pick and pop, when the defender sags, he of course pops and hits the 3. He's taking some difficult ones too. Here in the pick and pop, Thad Young is guarding him, who's a good defender, and Young will hedge and recover to Acy, but Acy still takes the 3, and this is the type of shot Ryan Anderson would take. The way he's reinvented his game is really valuable, as it allows him to space the floor. Here in the pick and roll, him being in the corner allows Booker to roll down the middle, and here Acy gets that corner 3. It's not just with Acy. Last year, Brook Lopez took a lot of threes for the first time in his career with the Nets, and they're even having Mozgov shoot threes, though he's only shooting 21%. The Nets want all of their players shooting threes, but they're also smart about it. They're not forcing Rondae Hollis-Jefferson to take threes. Instead, they're letting him focus on what he's good at, which is the mid-range shot. Hollis-Jefferson's lack of spacing does hurt the offense, but the Nets can also position him in places where it doesn't kill the offense. For example, here in the pick and roll, instead of being beyond the 3-point line, Hollis-Jefferson is in the short corner. This allows Jarrett Allen to roll down the middle, and it puts Aaron Gordon in a tough spot. He hesitates on whether he should leave Jefferson, who he has to respect in that spot, and this allows Allen to get the oop. Well, there you have it, guys. I could have focused on more negatives in this video, but I wanted to focus on the bottom line, which is Atkinson isn't reinventing the wheel, but he's doing the Nets offense right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.